There's always room for modification and enhancement, and this project is just like any other. When I showed this to the user, one of the pieces of feedback I got is it would be a lot easier for him, instead of having the switch ports in the base unit, which would be kind of behind him, to have it near the head unit, which, makes sense. That's what he needs. That's what he needs. So what I did is I modified the bottom unit, and really the only change here, these cables do stay in tight. The only real change here is in the earlier one I had a jack here and a jack here. Those I removed, and then I shrunk the height down. Now, a little blurb for going out to DIY and maker stuff is I was able to do that modification and still use all the work I'd already done. I had to unsolder a little bit and obviously remove the switches, but this is why the maker movement is so important, is the ability to fix, repair, and modify quickly. So that's my little speech there. So that's the base unit. And then the head unit now has two jacks. I didn't really have to modify the size of this unit because I already had space, because I needed the height for the RJ45. So now the power and the toggle are up here. So, and it all connects with that RJ45. One other thing, since we're getting close to mounting this, is I have the LEDs on the front like this, because that's the way that board presents its tiny LEDs. But then we were thinking, well, what if it gets, placed in a different position? So what I did is I created similar cutouts on the side, so that, or the top, depending on your perspective, so that those little LED faux light pipes that I used with hot glue will show the LED lit here and on this side at the same time. So if we have to mount it this way, we can. If we mount it like this, we can. So we have a little extra flexibility. Now the mounting is probably going to be the hardest part of this, but fortunately the user is sending me a spare joystick controller head, so I will be able to take measurements off of it and do some test mounting and go back and forth with him to determine where's the best place, because we don't want to interfere with anything the wheelchair already does. And if this gets knocked around, we want it relatively secure, so bumps happen, right? It's going to happen. So having it in a secure area. So that will be up next. Once that arrives, I'll be able to start the really hard work, which is modeling a bunch of 3D stuff with curves and all sorts of other stuff. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.